We are going to continue solving applications of quadratic equations with example 4. So in this example here, a rectangular room has an area of 195 square feet. Its width is 2 feet shorter than its length. Find the dimensions of the room and round to the nearest foot if necessary. Easiest thing to do, start with a diagram. So its width is 2 feet shorter than its length. I like to use capital or cursive L's for my L's so they don't look like ones. So that's what that is there. So its width is 2 feet shorter than, so my length minus 2, its length. Area is 195. So we're going to go ahead and set this up. To find the area, you're going to multiply the length times the width, and that equals 195. So we need to distribute. So we have L squared minus 2L equals 195. And this problem is actually perfect because it's already set up for completing the square. So let's go ahead and do that. Good way to practice that skill as well. So if I'm going to complete the square, I'm going to put a blank here. L squared minus 2L plus something equals 195 plus that same thing. So we're going to do half of negative 2 and then square it. So half of negative 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So we're going to add that to both sides. I'm going to go ahead and factor from here. So when I factor this, I'm going to have L minus 1 in my parentheses, squared. And then 195 plus 1 is 196. We're going to take the square root of both sides. Apologize for that one, kind of crooked. And so the square root of 196 is 14. So we get L minus 1 equals positive or negative 14. We can actually find two answers here, so we're going to split this up a little bit and kind of see which one works and which one doesn't. So we're going to do L minus 1 equals positive 14 and L minus 1 equals negative 14. I know some of you show the plus 1 right away and then split it up. Either way it works. We're going to add 1 to both sides for each of these. So for the first one I get L equals 15. The second one I get L equals negative 13. And remember, my length can only be positive, so I'm going to go ahead and cross off my negative option because that doesn't work. So that means my length is 15. Okay, they want us to find the dimensions, so that means I need to go ahead and do 15 minus 2 here, which gives me 13. So the room is 13 feet by 15 feet. You could switch the order there and I would take it. Okay, if you wanted to check, you could do 13 times 15 just to make sure you get 195 for an area, which we do. Okay, so there's one more there, try that. Last example. Sorry, there's two problems, try those. The ringer on a carnival strength test is 2 feet off the ground and is shot upward with an initial velocity of 30 feet per second. The height is modeled by the equation h equals negative 16t squared plus 30t plus 2. Will it reach a height of 20 feet? Okay, so what we're actually trying to figure out here is, will my height, or my h, ever be 20? And the easiest way to do this is actually not to solve. You're going to subtract 20 from both sides. So we get 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 30t minus 18. The easiest thing to do is to use the discriminant as it says in the directions. So I'm going to do b squared minus 4ac. So I have a, b, c there. We're going to plug those in. So we're going to do 30 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 18. I'm going to type that in my calculator. Make sure you put your b in parentheses before you square it, because it could affect your answer. Minus 4, parentheses, negative 16, parentheses, negative 18. I get negative 252 for an answer. Now, if you remember from the discriminant, when we do this, that means there's no real solutions because we got a negative there. So no real solutions is telling me that it actually is never going to reach that height. So your answer for this is going to be no, because the discriminant is negative. So if I can't get real solutions, that means it will never reach that height. One more problem here for you to try. Very similar to the last one. Use the discriminant to explain your answer. If you have any questions, make sure you let us know. Once you're finished, try the practice problems and then take your quiz. This is the last lesson for this unit. So if you finish and you have some extra time, you can get the review or we have some enrichment for you. Have a great day.